Всем привет, друзья! С вами Алексей, а мы продолжаем с вами проходить игру «Пернатые полицейские». Сюжет осталось где-то примерно на 4 часа, так что 4 выпуска еще будет. То есть игра рассчитана на 9 на 10 часов. Продолжить. Давайте продолжаем. Мы с Льюисом должны уже
Well,
отправиться.
I'll get my thoughts together in a moment.
take your time,
И у нас открылось... Так. Гнездо... Подожди, к Марти... может... Давайте к Марти заглянем. А вообще же нам надо на прием. Почему мы к Марти едем, непонятно. Ну ладно. На прием с королем.
Have you finally found your lost love?
Don't be silly, Marty. I am not in a good mood.
Sonny's a little panicked about the
Пропавшая
party,
любовь.
but it's not that bad.
Hey, that's personal.
Was. Hi, Lewis. Hey, Martin. Everything all right? Sort of. I'm not sure where I'll sleep tonight, but, yeah. I'm glad everyone's so happy today. Looking normal, Sonny? I knew you weren't gonna dress up.
I'll do it at my funeral. But I see you didn't put in much effort either.
Well, how am I gonna look in a tux next to you, huh?
And Laura wasn't in the mood to iron your clothes, huh? Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. It was a reflex.
As usual. But you're right, by the way.
You two haven't made up yet.
I wouldn't say that. It's a little more complicated, but I think I can stay. For a while.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
So, shall we go?
Yep, let's get going. So?
What? Bad memories of standing around here, huh?
You're... This is so exciting.
Так, карта обновлена. Давайте посмотрим, что у нас открылось. Не в этой, наверное, стороне, да, где-то? О, дворец слоновой кости. Мы там еще с вами не были. Новая локация. А где вот эта девушка, птица, которая из полицейского участка, которая секретарь? Мы все-таки взяли Марти почему-то. Непонятно.
So we were standing in front of this huge, shiny building. 3 out-of-place figures, full of doubts and questions. Meanwhile, the guests kept arriving. The cream of Clawville's high society. If I can say one thing, I certainly wasn't expecting this twist. But there was nothing to be done. I knew I had to swallow my distaste and survive
Вот
the
Моника,
night
да, я забыл просто, как
somehow.
ее зовут.
I couldn't wait to see Monica. I hoped she would keep her promise.
Well, I'm off to mingle. Thanks for the ride, guys.
Have fun, Lewis. We'll be right there.
Wow, he bunny hopped out of here fast.
He doesn't want to be seen with the likes of us. I can understand that. I wouldn't either. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Laura Stern? And Bauer Michaels? Aaron J. Hallenhall? And Ruby Ray Ramone?
Everything okay, Marty?
These are all the biggest stars, Sonny. Not just in Clawville, but in the whole world.
I thought you had a stroke.
Don't be an ass. I can't believe we're here.
Really? Is it that big of a deal?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Jeez. So, are we going in? Let's get this over with as quickly as possible.
I'm not gonna let you crush my enthusiasm with your negativosity.
Oh, really? Is that a new word? Where did you learn that?
Fuck you, Sonny. Hey, is this guy everywhere?
If we jumped into the car and drove to the police station right now, he'd be there too.
You think so?
I'm sure of it.
Ugh, I've got chicken bumps.
Ну да, кстати, он у нас же был, это, в полицейском участке. Что здесь еще у нас есть? Ну да, только вход, все. Пойдем. А, тут, может, здесь еще...
This guy's more than the actual star, Sonny. This guy's a symbol.
He's quite depressing in person.
Well, yeah, I thought he'd be a bit of a stronger character, I admit, but it shows what magic cinema can do.
You're really into this stuff, aren't you?
This is the future, Sonny. In fact, I imagine there will be a time when we can be part of the movies ourselves, like players.
Really? That sounds, interesting.
You're just saying.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Hello, boys.
Monica, what are you doing here?
There's someone here who needed me. So here I am.
Wow, really? So who's the lucky guy? Wait, what? No. You're not saying that you and him...
Oh, it's not a date, Marty. Sonny just asked me to be here tonight.
For backup.
Yeah, for a backup.
Ah, I get it. Backup, of course.
Marty, please.
Can you feel that? Something in the air. What is it? Maybe love?
Shut up, Marty.
Hey, that's not your line.
Psst. Hey.
Хотя
thanks, Marty.
Моника,
You're welcome,
я так
Bossbird.
понимаю,
But
влюблена в
really,
него.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Anytime.
What are you guys whispering about? You're not talking behind my back, are you?
What? Oh, Marty, come on. Let's go say hi to some fancy-ass celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Кроводер. Начальство
Sir.
здесь.
So you came. I am glad to see you.
We had no choice, sir,
Полицейский
but,
корпоратив.
I'm glad we're still
С
able
королем.
to surprise you.
Just keep a close eye on Mr. Lupus. His fears may be unjustified, but if they're not, and you're not around,
We'll be watching, sir. You have our word.
good. Now go and blend in.
As if it were so easy.
You'll find a way, chickens.
Well, Lewis, everything all right?
Couldn't be better, Sonny. They say the film is going to be a masterpiece, and the king is supposed to be arriving soon.
I can't wait.
Oh, don't be so cynical, Sonny. Being nice to the king can't be all bad.
You know, I don't think we're gonna find common ground, but, you never know, huh?
Now you're talking. Finally something positive from you, old friend.
Must be the champagne.
But we haven't had any yet. Really, where can I get a drink around here?
Haven't you learned anything from last time?
I don't want it for myself, but I'm sure it'll loosen you up a bit.
You don't want to see me drunk, Marty.
I'd like to see you both drunk. Okay, that sounded weird.
A little.
Just a teeny weeny bit.
Finally, you're here. I've been worried to death.
To death.
Oh, please, it's not funny.
It is a little.
Have you had a good look around? Have you questioned everyone?
Questioned? Why would we do that?
You might find out something.
This isn't how it works. We're here to observe, that's all. And we don't get paid overtime for that.
I told you, money's not a problem.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. We're here to look after you.
Stop being such a chicken, Cassidy. The chicken police are here.
You, Cassandra Ruby Faye.
To the best of my knowledge, I am.
And you know who we are?
Silly. Of course I do. Who wouldn't?
Hold me, Sonny, I think I'm gonna faint.
Hold still, you big oaf. Excuse me, ma'am. My partner's a bit of a bird brain.
Хорошая
funny.
шутка.
Are we? Well, that's good to know.
Ignore
Мозги
Cassidy.
куриные.
The Premier is getting to him. It's like that before all his big movies.
Well, anything, try to enjoy the evening. We'll be here if you need anything.
Thank you, Detective. See, Paw Paw? You'll be all right in here.
Don't call me that in front of people. I've told you 1,000 times.
Так, это кто такие?
Feathery gods, that's Charles Rufus Vidor.
They're saying some pretty awful things about him.
Every genius is a little loony, right?
Oh, he's more than a little loony. He's a real big-time predator.
He seems like a fun guy. He's so chubby.
Yeah, with poisonous spikes. This woman, she gives me goosebumps. I mean, chicken bumps.
Yeah, I can't believe she dumped us for Moses and Plato. What a cat. Still, that physique.
You know, Marty, I'm seriously impressed that you see the point in every situation.
Thanks, boss.
Hey, Mon. Thanks again.
For what? I was just escorting Blood Boil.
Yeah, right. You can't fool me. I ain't no stupid bird. No, I'm not.
Martin, you're imagining things again.
You read too many conspiracy theories.
Hey, don't get in my head and try to make me look dumber than I am, okay?
Okay. You're right.
What about Laura, Marty?
Well, I guess I can stay home for tonight.
Hey, well, that's something.
Yep, something.
Cheer up, you big bird. It'll all work out in the end.
Thanks, Mon. I hope so.
The old dog is right. If anything... Is everything okay with the guests? Is there anyone who might disturb you?
But Mr. Featherline, what do you mean?
Featherland. Maybe someone you know but wish you didn't?
Please, not in front of Cassandra.
You must mean Mr. Vidor. Well, if so, you're absolutely right, Detective. The man is an animal. He's a monster. And after this film, I never want to work with him again.
Oh, yes, of course, darling. We're certainly not working with him anymore.
That's good to know. I'm glad you two are in sync. There are no secrets or anything.
It's rare these days.
Detectives, please.
Так,
Can we enjoy
стебутся
our
над ним.
evening?
Oh, yes, of course. Be my guest.
Sonny, you are evil.
You think so? Maybe, a little bit. But I was playing it soft. The wolf's reaction said a lot about the situation.
A wolf with a cat obsession. For the big wild ones, I never would have guessed.
Says the chicken who married a cougar.
Hey, you're being mean again.
Yeah, you're right. It's a habit.
Так, хорошо. Давайте с ней
I
поговорим.
haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nice to meet you all.
For the love of the wild ones, is it you? In the flesh? You're even more, you know,
I don't really know what you mean, but it's sweet of you.
you're beautiful.
Oh, my. Please, a little quieter.
Sorry. I mean, yes, I said it. You're a knockout, you know? I'm married, and I love her, but you, I mean, I love your movies, and...
Okay, Marty. Take it easy. Everything's gonna be fine. Take a deep breath.
I'm really very honored and pleased to have made such an impression on you, but it's a bit awkward for me.
Sometimes I forget how excited he can get. Excuse us.
But he'll be all right, won't he?
Don't worry, lady. This isn't the first time he's got like this. Tell me, your partner, Cassidy, has he been acting strange lately?
Strange how? Well, you know, he's always been the nervous type, but lately he's been a lot more paranoid than usual.
Do you know what's causing it?
Well, maybe it's the film, you know. It wasn't an easy story, the hardest shoot of both our lives.
How so?
Well, let's just say, and I'd like to end on that subject, because I don't want to spoil the evening, but two geniuses like Lupus and Mr. Vidor didn't quite gel.
I see. Two roosters in a hen house, huh?
You could say that.
I see. Well, thank you, sweetheart.
Not at all. Enjoy the evening.
О, можно теперь
Sunny.
с ним.
Mr. Featherland?
You're both right.
I've been looking forward to meeting the famous chicken police in the flesh.
You know who we are? You're Charles Rufus Vidor, the director of El Wolf and a myriad of other movie wonders.
А, то есть
Looking
он
at his
рыба, видите, у
partner,
него
I'm not
бутылка
surprised he knows who
H2O,
we are,
вода.
Marty. Hello, Meredith.
Sonny, Martin, how surprising to see you here.
Well, it's a surprise to see you too, believe me. How are you? Looking for inspiration for a new book?
As a matter of fact, one of her books will soon be made into one of my movies.
One of the chicken police stories?
No, not at all.
You know, at one time, I would have liked to have made a film about you chickens, but it wouldn't have been good for business. You understand, all those nasty rumors.
Nasty rumors?
They say all kinds of things, am I right? For instance, that you're the reason these horrible criminal gangs are flooding the city.
Oh, is that all? It's nothing.
And that you may have even planned the assassination of the head of the Westler Empire at the request of a rival gang. But I wouldn't bore you with such nonsense. Animals can be cruel, can't they?
That is an understatement.
Yeah? Well, that's a little more disturbing indeed, but, if you ever want to make a movie about the famous chicken police, we're ready for it.
Oh, no, young man, that ship has sailed. But I have heard of 2 other aspiring detectives.
Please. No. Not them.
Moses and Plato. That's their name. Well, I think it was.
Oh, that's it. It's over. Kill me, Sonny, please.
It's for the best, Marty. Filmmaking isn't a life insurance policy these days.
Well, what do you mean?
We're here for a reason, but the rest, unfortunately, is classified information.
I see. Interesting.
Our life is always like that. All excitement and danger. Now, if you'll excuse me. Meredith H. Marble.
Sonny Featherland.
I am genuinely surprised to see you here.
I am always at events like these.
I bet. But running into you at Mr. Lupus's movie premiere, of all things.
What are you implying, Detective? Are you trying to play cat and mouse with me? I know your methods. I've written 10 books about you.
You only write about what you think you know.
I honestly do not know what you mean. Why shouldn't I be here, today of all days?
Tell me, how well do you know Mr. Lupus?
Oh, is that what this is about? I do not know what you know, or what you think you know. But my conscience is clear.
Is that so?
I hope you're not trying to make a scene.
Oh, no, I would never do that. Have you seen anything strange? Anything interesting happen?
Other than everyone being a braggart and me feeling like some village bumpkin who got lost in the royal court, nothing worth mentioning.
You're telling me. I feel like a lump of coal in a chest full of diamonds.
It's actually the other way round. You know, Sonny, not everything that glitters is gold.
Yeah, maybe.
An impressive entrance, if I ever saw one.
Indeed it is.
Who could that woman be? You don't think she's...
Yes, I do, Marty. She's the king's new advisor. And from the looks of her, probably a lot more than that.
Oh, hush my heart. Why is there always a heartbreaking femme fatale behind everything?
Maybe the world is testing you.
Yeah, maybe. But if Laura finds out what kind of environment I was in, she'll bite my head off. And I mean that.
Come on, Marty. Just take a deep breath and enjoy the evening. So, shall we talk to the king?
Well, you don't have to ask me twice.
Let's get to it. Your Majesty, dear lady.
If it isn't the world-famous chicken police, Sonny Featherland and McMurdoch.
Так, ребят, добавлю то, что, вот видите, то, что выглядит как люди, только с головами животных, да? В конце, как и в первой части, должны показать, кто это были все актеры на самом деле. То есть это просто настоящие актеры, да, которые заменили потом вот головы, да, вот и сделали вот такую вот, скажем так, визуальную новеллу. Блин, не знаю, может быть, даже первую часть еще раз пройду. Вот. Но стилистика офигенная.
McChicken. Milady, Marty McChicken.
Ah, yes, exactly. Marty McChicken, silly me. I've always been terrible with names.
Ah, don't worry about it. I keep forgetting it myself.
Are you investigating even now? If you ask me, with all the sinners here, the whole hall could be arrested right away.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you, ma'am. You know, we hear a lot about you.
I can imagine. All bad things?
Nothing else.
Hello, gentlemen. I've heard a lot about you, too. Indeed.
This is truly an honor, Your Majesty.
Come on, cut the chit-chat. It's so not like you. I've read a couple of your books, so I know exactly what kind of chaps you are.
Ah, those books again. Well, sir, if I may...
And what adventures! I really admire and envy you fellows. So don't play innocent with me. I know you're a pair of hard-boiled, rotten eggs.
Sir, with all due respect, those books are mostly fiction.
Ah, don't be so modest with me, Mr. Featherland. And you certainly don't need to pretend in front of such a spiritual leader. You see, she can see right into your soul.
You say, spiritual leader?
Hector always exaggerates. There's a small community of souls of which I am indeed the guide. It's called the New Unity Church.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
You know, you're much shorter in person than I thought you'd be, Mr. Featherland.
That's why I bring Marty with me everywhere, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes, the humor. I've heard legends about your, unique sense of humor.
Unique. That's a fine way of putting it.
But allow me to introduce formally how shall I say?
I am his advisor and spiritual guide.
You see? That's exactly it. She always helps me out when I'm in trouble.
Really? That's interesting.
It was nice meeting you, Miss...
Kayla.
Just Kayla?
Lady Kayla, to be more precise.
Ah, I see. Lady Kayla.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we need to go mingle. It's sort of a mandatory protocol.
Of course, we understand. Have a nice evening. We'll probably run into each other again.
Of that, I'm sure.
Did you notice...
Her legs? Who wouldn't?
No, not that, you dummy. That the king hardly dared speak beside her.
No wonder. I couldn't spit or swallow around her.
It's a bit strange, though. Hector was never the talkative type, but now she answers for him.
Isn't that a counselor's job?
Yeah, maybe. But I'm suspicious of this dame.
Of course you are. You can tell she's a demon a mile away, but that doesn't necessarily make him an evil conspirator.
That sentence was a bit contradictory.
Two roosters live in my body, constantly fighting with each other.
Listen, Marty.
Wow, why are you so serious now?
We're splitting up.
What do you mean we're splitting up?
In the heat of the party, Blood Boy won't even notice you're gone. If I disappear, he'll notice it right away.
Oh, I see. You mean Frank?
We have to find his body. To do that, we need to know where the factory is and how to get inside.
Okay, great plan.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to leave the fancy party.
Come on, Sonny. You know me better than that. Fancy parties or not, Frank was our friend. And this case is more important.
It is. You're right.
Thanks for trusting me, boss.
Who else am I gonna trust?
Okay, I'm on my way. If I hurry, I can catch the midnight bus.
Boss, get the hell out of here. Take my car.
You're serious? I've never driven her before. She's your little rickety treasure.
Just keep her in one piece, okay?
And keep me in one piece too, if possible.
Yeah, that's important too. Now go.
Okay, Boss Bird. I'll come back for you, and I'll find out what I need to find out.
You do that, young fella.
Well, how'd he take it?
Surprisingly well. You know, you can say a lot of things about Marty, but you can always count on him in times of trouble.
A real partner, huh?
More than that.
And what about us?
What about us?
I mean, what's the next step? Here, tonight?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're mostly just trying to survive the night. There's one more thing I want to ask the king's new advisor, and it'd be nice if another woman were present. I suspect she'll speak to me in a very different tone.
I'm ready for her.
Так, ну, сейчас, соответственно, будем уже общаться с вот этой королевской... с королем и леди Кайла.
Forgive me for rushing off so quickly last time. Now we have some privacy. But where's your partner?
Marty's got a bit of a weak stomach. He couldn't take all that syrupy chit-chat.
And who is this fine young lady?
Monica Rosen. Ma'am.
Ah, Monica Rosen. Mother Hen on duty at the police station.
I beg your pardon?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I have a personal acquaintance with Chief Inspector Bloodboil. He's told me a lot about you and nothing but good things.
I can imagine.
Monica's been helping me out while my partner's indisposed.
Oh, I quite understand. But please, I'm at your disposal. Ask me anything you want. I have a feeling that even though you're not here to work today, you have some rather interesting questions.
I always have, sweetheart.
Sonny, this woman makes my feathers stand on end.
Oh, come on. She's perfectly normal.
Did you hear the way she talked to me or to you? She looks down on everybody.
Don't judge, Mon. She may be gold on the inside.
Yeah. Then open your eyes and shake your head a little.
You think I'm gonna be charmed by a babe like her?
I don't know. Are you?
Never mind. Let's ask her while we still can.
Fine.
А теперь посмотрите внимательно на окружение, на персонажей. То, что вот кто-то виляет хвостом, да. Мы знаем, что кошки, когда виляют хвостом, они бесятся. Волки, собаки, соответственно, там, да, или кто там, койоты всякие. Когда виляют хвостом, это в основном говорит о том, что они рады. Ну, это по психологии животных. Здесь как это сделано, пока непонятно. Вот, посмотрите на лиса, да, он вполне спокоен, король. Интересно, интересно вообще-то. А я уже забыл, что надо с кем поговорить. Ну вот с ней, с леди Кайла, наверное, да, еще поговорить. Все, у нас будет сейчас это типа допрос.
Lady Kayla. She has an almost otherworldly superiority, with the king as her lapdog. It'd be easy to appeal to her vanity, but it could backfire. This woman is smart, very smart. And she's cunning, too. Not just because she's a fox. So I'll have to be careful. I need to soften her up first, work on her ego, and when she's vulnerable, hit her with the hard questions. I may never get the chance to question an animal of her class again, so I better do this right. Are you here in a private or an official capacity?
You mean, am I the king's companion or his advisor?
You could put it that way.
Foggy phrasing, foggy answer. Both. And maybe neither.
I'm gonna be in trouble here.
I'm just kidding, Detective. And how about you? Are you here as a police officer or as a simple citizen?
As a simple citizen, I'd be snoring in an armchair with a half-empty bottle in my hand.
You can't be that cliched.
Unfortunately, I am.
Well then, ask me anything you like. In your official capacity.
How can I refuse that offer? Let's see.
Блин, слава богу, так, сказать, она производит впечатление почти потустороннего существа, от нее исходит осязаемое ощущение превосходства, вполне готов поверить, что это король... Так, в каком ключе-то ее допрашивать? Соблюдать осторожность. Для начала нужно немного обработать ее, подтешить ее эго, а когда она расслабится, начать задавать трудные вопросы. О, да, потешить эго. Знаете, вы как раз такая же... О! Вот.
You know, you're exactly the kind of woman who fits in with the barons and kings.
I know you're just trying to flatter me, but I like it anyway. What can I say? I'm a vain woman. But you forgot to ask me your question.
Yes, I did. So, how did you get in touch with the king? How many fancy parties did you have to attend before you, accidentally bumped into him?
It was quite different, Mr. Featherland. You see, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Please don't take this the wrong way, sweetheart, but you're the type of woman around whom coincidences just don't happen.
You don't really believe in them, do you?
Let's just say coincidences don't fit into my line of work.
Believe it or not, my church was still very small when the king found out about it. At that time, I was still giving spiritual support to ordinary individuals.
Spiritual support, huh? And that's what the king needed?
Oh, yes. You have no idea what a burden the weight of the crown is. And I like to help where I can.
Угу, смотрите, сразу плюс 30.
What kind of church are we talking about? Beyond what the slogans say.
The new Unity Church offers unity in a world where everything is about separation and hostility.
Which means...
You're a very objective animal. Am I right?
Let's just say I'm a bird who'll let pretty words roll right off him if they don't have any real meaning.
Our organization is here to help. Mental comfort, but also financial aid. We clothe, we shelter, we feed those in need. You see, in the Hive, we have already set up 4 homeless
Вот, она
shelters
уже про
and
Ули
2
говорит.
orphanages.
Really? That sounds nice. But isn't the Hive dangerous for the poor and needy these days?
And that is why we operate there, Mr. Featherland, to ease tension.
But shouldn't those who are in danger be evacuated?
We don't believe in running away from trouble, Detective. We face it.
Ah, so you're warriors too.
Only if it's necessary, Mr. Featherland.
Так, хорошо. Ваша организация «Путь к исцелению». Получается, все творящие улицы происходит очень... Так, не-не-не, эго потешите, это вот.
Would you say your organization is the cure for the city's illness?
We are not naive, Mr. Featherland. The city's problems are so deep-rooted that they cannot be fixed in just a few years. But we're not afraid to take responsibility. If it takes a decade, it takes a decade, but eventually, Clawville will be something different.
Different? How exactly?
We can go back to our old values, to the dream Clawville was built on. Equality, fellowship, shared fulfillment.
That does sound good. How's it going? Because all I see from here is flames.
Don't be so cynical, Mr. Featherland. Believe me, the signs are there. You just have to look for them.
I'll try, once I've wiped the ashes from my eyes.
Плюс 20.
How's your great healing crusade going?
Unfortunately, we're only treating the symptoms for now, Mr. Featherland. But that's changing.
What do you mean?
We're radically changing the way the animals of this city think. And we've started in the Hive.
Because the desperate are easily radicalized?
Because the desperate need help and guidance the most.
But they don't have much choice, do they?
This city doesn't have a choice, Mr. Featherland. Either let it be overrun by filth, or look to the glory of the past. Brace itself and confront the evil.
Confront? Well, you just a charity, right? Or you mean the riots?
Violence is not always the answer to violence.
Not always. Is it sometimes?
You, Mr. Featherland, like twisting words beyond recognition, don't you?
Busted, baby. It's my favorite hobby.
Угу. Блин, вот вы всегда были религиозны.
Have
Давайте
you
вот это.
always been religious?
You mean in my past, as a child?
Exactly.
I was born into a religious family, yes. Although I always found the Clawville common religion rather old-fashioned and shabby. I thought so as a child. I could see that it was not keeping up with the crazy changes in the world.
What are you driving at?
Our religion is a religion of extremes. Destruction and creation. I've always believed that these two extremes do exist and need each other. There is a real middle ground, paved with gold.
Hence the sheep and wolf on your posters. One body with two heads.
The lamb and the wolf living together in the same body is the perfect example of who we are. We are animals. We are savages. But if we recognize and accept ourselves and stop trying to be something we're not, we could become enlightened.
Everyone equal.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
This city was built on that dream, sweetheart. And as I see it, it's rapidly falling apart.
That's exactly why we're here. We want to change that.
Так, плюс 30 получили. А теперь надо, наверное... Так, банда Улья не останавливается на пути ваших стремлений, а вам нормально живется с тем, что банда держит в страхе весь Улей? Вы же с ними бок о бок живете, а я, значит, должен поверить, что вы с ними не за... Блин.
And the gangs? Are you okay with them terrorizing the Hive? Or do you benefit from them too?
Of course not. What the Golden Fang clan is doing to the poorer people of the Hive is terrible. They're a brutal bunch of bastards.
And yet, you've set up camp right there, just like them. Is that a coincidence?
We help where we're most needed, Mr. Featherland.
And you don't run into each other too often.
Fortunately, the clan is more concerned with other criminal gangs than poor, abandoned insects.
Really? Not exactly my experience.
You haven't been in the Hive, have you? Because it's forbidden to people like you.
Like me. As a policeman, or as a chicken.
You are far more cunning than I first thought, Mr. Featherland.
That makes us even.
Эх ты, минус 5. Чуть-чуть.
Why do I get the feeling that you're not only King Hector's advisor, but something a little bit more?
Now you're turning tabloid journalist. But yes, as the press have been gossiping for a while now, Hector and I are closely connected, spiritually speaking.
Oh, that's quite an elegant way of putting it. So you're his mistress.
Perhaps one day I'll be his wife.
That would look pretty good on your resume. 2 years leader of a small church, then queen. Quite a
Да,
career.
хороший
Tell me,
карьерный рост.
Mr. Featherland, based on what we just talked about, do you think I'm such a simple, gold-digging harlot?
Simple? No, I wouldn't say that.
What is surprising about a man and a woman who've worked together closely for a long time, slowly starting to feel something for each other? You've never been in that situation? Or are you in it right now?
Get out of my head.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, are we done here?
I think we are. I think we're done here, although I admit I have more questions than answers.
But you said yourself this isn't a real interrogation.
It isn't. Basically, we were just having a nice
Добрый
chat.
коп,
Whatever
наверное,
you
сейчас
say,
получим, да?
Mr. Featherland. And I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's delightful.
Don't you feel the same way?
Oh, I don't judge so hastily, sweetheart. But it was a valuable conversation, that's for sure.
You seem so stiff on the outside. But I think, no, I feel that inside the opposite is true. You're very emotional and vulnerable.
Good to know.
Так, ну что?
You see?
А,
That's what
нейтральный,
I'm
да?
talking about.
На одну звездочку, блин. Интересно, а что, как пройти на 5 звезд? Кстати, у нас... у нас же можно было еще посмотреть. Ну ладно, я не буду
This
перепроходить.
was fun. I mean that, honestly.
No offense, sweetheart, but you're not easy to figure out.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
Это
But I
те
must
вопросы,
ask you
которые я
this.
решал
Do you really think
задавать.
the city needs to be reborn?
Absolutely. And rebirth must always come with sacrifice.
That sounds, kind of ominous.
There's little reason for optimism, is there? I think we should look forward and strive for a better future. But if we sit and wait, life will pass us by. We have to do something about it.
Yeah, well, we can agree on that.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Featherland.
Так, новая цель, новая зацепка, новая тема вопроса. С боссом поговорить там надо, да? 40 минут видео идет. Хорошо, продолжаем пока еще.
What's this? You two together? Where's Martin?
Just powdering his beak, boss. And Monica and I were just talking.
You two aren't, how shall I put it, so you know that you...
Давайте вот
We
это.
didn't want to mention this just yet, but hell, why not? We're getting married.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry you have to find out like this.
Sonny, stop fooling around. Sir, Sonny was just having fun. He must have had a little too much champagne.
All right, all right. Yes, I was kidding. Was I kidding?
Stop it.
Okay, okay. I'm done.
Stop this sweet talk immediately. It makes my stomach turn.
Хорошо, мы его. Так, там у него какие-то вопросы есть.
Boss, you never told me you knew this Lady Kayla.
Well, I only know her superficially, but my wife goes to a church.
Your wife joined the new Unity Church?
Join? No, not to my knowledge, but all are welcome there. I myself once attended.
Cluck me.
You just keep your beak out of everything, understand? Besides, aren't you supposed to be looking out for the wolf?
Wolf? Oh, yeah. I'm looking out for him. He's somewhere in the crowd. Oh, I just saw him. Or was it him?
Sonny, behave.
Don't pull my tail, Santino, or I'll chew you to pieces.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, aren't you
Shit.
Monica Rosen? I mean, Monica Rosen, the Velvet Queen?
The what?
Hello, Cassidy.
Wait a minute. You know each other?
That's an understatement, my friend.
Oh, no. Don't say you two are...
What? No, Sonny, what do you mean?
Well, you know, Monica was my... I mean, she was...
Yeah, you can say it out loud. I was your father's mistress a lifetime ago.
Come on, dear Monica, it wasn't that simple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. And that's the end of the subject.
Yes. Yes, of course. I get it. I understand, of course.
Good.
So what is this, velvet thing?
The Velvet Queen? Oh, well, I think you better hang on, Mr. Featherworld, because...
All right. Stop right there. Sonny, come on. I want to talk to you in private. Cassidy, I'm coming for you, too.
Hey, okay, take it easy.
Sonny,
I'm a little dizzy, I admit.
I don't blame you. Look, Sonny, what you heard is true.
You used to be his father's lover?
Just for a little while. I was just a young girl who'd been thrown out of the country and into the big city. I was a waitress in all sorts of dives for a while, and then someone discovered me. And then I did a review show at the Coconut Cauldron.
The Velvet Queen.
That was my stage name. A lifetime ago. And Lupus's father was kind, charming, rich, and a scumbag con man.
I see.
It was just a fling.
Хорошо, сначала
Lots of
добрым,
money, glitter,
милым,
and
потом
glamour.
ублюдком.
Movie premieres, expensive hotels, and then... Well, in the end, the guy ran off and took everything with him.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't have much money, but you know me. I'm thorough and organized, and when I do something, I do it right. I had savings. Quite a lot of savings, and a small inheritance, too.
And he left you broke?
Yep, that's it. I had to start all over again. But I was just a little girl. I had my whole life ahead of me, so I went for it. I knew I'd never be a showgirl again.
Does this have anything to do with what happened at the range? That you were so upset?
The whole town is covered in El Wolf commercials. And Cassidy's face, of course. When I knew him, he was just a young pup. But he's grown up now, and he reminds me of his father a lot. Not a great memory.
I'll bet. You know, It's weird, but somehow I never thought about you having a life before the police.
Look, Sonny, if you'd rather go it alone from now on, I totally understand.
What? No, of course not, Mon. It's out of the question. I still appreciate you being here. I really do.
Thanks, Boss Bird. And I'm sorry to dump all the dark stains of my past on you.
Come on, Mon. I've been doing the same with you since the day we met.
Well, that's true.
But if Marty finds out...
I beg your pardon?
What? No, nothing. My beak is sealed.
Right. Let's, forget about all this and focus on what we're here for, okay?
Okay.
Detective, and your lovely lady partner. How can I help you?
Well, Your Majesty, I just thought, as this is a special and hardly repeatable occasion for me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course, I'd be delighted.
Unfortunately, Hector, I mean His Majesty, is extremely tired. Am I not right?
Oh, that's true, dear, but, I don't think it would be a problem if...
No, this is not the time. The inspector can make an appointment for an audience later. It's been a long night, and it's far from over.
Oh, right, yes, it is. Lady Kayla's right. Sorry, Detective Inspector, I'm extremely tired. Perhaps next time.
Well, if that's what you really want.
Yes, I think I do.
All right. Have a good evening, Your Majesty.
What was that?
Exactly what you think, Sweetbeak. She had him wrapped perfectly around her silky fingers and was rubbing it in our faces.
It was like a movie. Totally surreal.
Maybe that's the point. She's showing off her authority. She's showing us that she can do anything.
But why?
Because she's a predator to the core. She likes to toy with her prey.
I don't like where this is going, Sonny.
I don't either.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The much-anticipated film is about to begin.
It is sure to be an amazing experience. Am I right, Your Majesty?
What? Oh, yes, of course. Sounds wonderful. I can't wait to see it.
Finally. I thought it would never start.
Darling, you'll see this is well worth the wait.
See you after the film.
No way, Sonny. Marty's not here anyway, so I'll sit next to you. I promised I'd take care of you, didn't I?
Mon, you don't have to look after me. That's not why I...
Shh. I'm coming with you.
Okay. I hope you don't mind if I snore.
Oh, don't worry. I'll elbow you in the side.
И так, и чего? О, с Льюисом надо, может, поговорить.
Hey, Lewis, you all right? You look a little lost.
Sure, Sonny. I'm more of an observer right now.
You haven't really settled back into these...
No, not at all. But I'll be honest. I'm a little embarrassed if that woman is here.
Which woman?
That woman. Lady Kayla, of course. Around her, the king is quite different. She makes my ears itch.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's not.
Do you think she's leading the king astray?
It's a strange thing. I wouldn't say that. Like she's doing nothing but charity and helping animals in need. Yet there's an inexplicably sinister aura about her.
I feel it too.
Because you've always had good instincts, Sonny.
And because he thinks everyone in the world is suspicious.
Oh, I almost didn't notice you. Hello, dear Monica.
It's all right. I'm just an observer myself, Mr. Hayworth.
I see.
I'll leave him alone for now, but... I know what I wanted to know. Maybe later. I'm done. I think I've got what I wanted.
О,
Hey, Phil, what are you doing here?
Did you replace Marty? Too bad. Next to a pretty flower like that, you look even worse than before.
Oh, thanks for the compliment, Philip.
Just Philmar. I no longer use that dusty old name.
I understand. Old names are associated with old sins, am I right?
You know a lot more than all of us, Monica.
Thanks, Philmar.
Hey, can I get you some champagne? I'm feeling a bit redundant.
Oh, hello, Sonny.
You didn't answer my question. What are you doing here?
Me? Nothing, really. I worked for someone recently, a secret benefactor who threw me a ticket. Thought I'd check out what this big fuss is about, and it's kind of a letdown.
Your story is plausible.
Believe it or not.
You're not even trying anymore, are you?
We're old, Sonny, and we've done this tango too many times.
All right. Enjoy the party, Nighthawk. See you later.
As long as there's champagne, I'll be here.
Just leave some for every...
Fuck you, Sonny.
Ah, Monica Rosen. Are you two together? I couldn't predict this in my books. You know, you've always been a minor character.
Miss Marble. Really? Interesting. You've always been, rather minor, too.
Huh? Monica's just helping me with a few things.
Of course. And what can I help you with?
Mr. Lupus has been threatened by someone.
Really? Oh well, I'm not surprised.
And you have no idea what these threats were all about? A photograph.
Yes, and?
You have any idea what kind of picture it was?
No point in playing this game. It was a picture of me. Or rather, it was him and me. In a quite unambiguous position. But I didn't know what the picture would be used for.
You mean you knew they were taking a picture of you?
Of course, Birdie. Why else do you think I would have had an affair with that ripoff? The fur on the back of my neck stands up just thinking about it.
And somebody paid you. Who was it?
I have no idea. I never saw them. All instructions came in letters. And the money.
Хрена себе
A lot
кошечка.
of money.
Damn letters.
Это тигрица,
Did you see
блин, это не
anything interesting in
кошечка.
them?
Ну да, это же семейство кошачьих, блин.
I'm a crime fiction writer. I know exactly what I'm supposed to notice. There is nothing you can use as a clue in your little investigation.
And how did you manage to reel Mr. Lupus in?
That wasn't hard. That tail-wagging dog is a sucker for all things feline. As soon as he sees a whisker or a fluffy tail, he loses his mind. I feel sorry for poor Faye, because she'll never get that out of her husband's head.
I see. Well, thank you, Meredith. You've been surprisingly helpful.
You're welcome, Detective. And Miss Rosen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
And the lady, who is she? Yeah, a bit ordinary, gray, but she has color. Yes, she has. I could definitely see her on the screen.
Excuse me. Don't give me that look. I'm not a piece of furniture.
And she stings? Ouch! Even better.
Let's go, Sonny. This guy's just a simple bubblehead.
Maybe you're right, but this bubblehead can make you a very rich lady.
Yeah, no thanks. I've had the pleasure of dealing with your kind in the past.
Well, this ship has sailed, Mr. Vidor. Bon voyage. No, no more questions. At least for now. I'll leave him alone for now, but... To the great wild ones. It's been a long time since I felt so out of place.
Come on, Sonny. There'll be so many celebrities.
I hope so.
А что у нас карта загорается? Дворец слоновой кости.
Just one more thing.
Tell me, my darling.
Don't you find it strange that we always end up in the same place?
I'm just always one step ahead, aren't I?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Simple coincidences, sonny boy. It's a small town.
This town is gigantic, Phil. Just as gigantic as your stupidity.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with that.
And you evaded the subject again.
Oh, I'm such a professional, right?
Right.
I'm sorry. I hope I haven't offended the lady. You know, all these years in showbiz, and you inevitably see products everywhere instead of people.
You know, I'd even accept your apology, but you're still talking about me as if I'm not standing here in front of you.
Well, how about I try apologizing more? Let's say over dinner.
Until you're the one being served, we're not meeting at a table.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Anything else, Mr. Featherland? Or can I call you Sonny? After all these years.
As you wish, Meredith. But, I'm busy now.
Do what you do best, Sonny.
You mean drink and grieve in a corner? I'd rather investigate.
Oh, yes. Your famous sense of humor.
What's this? You two together? Where's...
Just, powdering his beak. No, it's nothing. We just,
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've got what I wanted. I'll leave him alone for now.
Так, пока больше не... А, подожди, в кинозал! Тьфу ты, ё-моё, вот он, кинозал-то.
Wow. The balcony? Well, this is something. I thought I was sitting with the boss.
Won't old Blood Boil be barking if you're not with him?
Probably. But he'll get over it.
Wow. You know, I've never seen you like this.
Like what? Helping a friend?
No, I was thinking more like...
What?
It's like, well, I don't know. You're, liberated and, spontaneous.
That's cute. But shh, the movie's about to start.
Угу. У нас прошло сохранение, ребят. На этом, надеюсь... Надеюсь. Не надеюсь. Мы продолжим уже в следующем выпуске. Я уже что-то заговариваюсь. Утро, ребят. Что, ребят, спасибо, что посмотрели. Прикольная все-таки игра. Я пройду ее 100% до конца. Понимаю, что мало ее кто смотрит, потому что это... Ну, как-то квесты у нас, к сожалению, не любят смотреть. У нас любят стрелялочки смотреть и так далее. Все, ребятки, с вами был Алексей. Спасибо за просмотр. Всем до встречи. Пока.